Everybody, and welcome back to the Coca-Cola Coliseum from Toronto. It's the Toronto Marlies and the Belleville Senators facing off for the first of a few meetings this year, as the Marlies bring out their alternates for the second time at home so far this year. The Belleville Senators going in their alternates on the road tonight as it's sent in here by Toronto, and we're underway officially between the Senators and the Toronto Marlies. Oh, the Marlies on the season 6-2. The Belleville Senators are 4-5-1 as here comes Montepallo. He'll move in. Center's Crookshank kicked up by Oktayamov early. Here's a giveaway to a stop chuck. Crookshank shooting it. Good save again. Bouncer in the paint. The Marlies clear. It's not out. Montepallo fires. Another save. It's loose in front and Benning sends that ahead to Letary, and the Marlies get it back down into the Belleville zone. 3 shots already here. Here's Nylander shooting it. Side door. That was handled. Picked up easily. Now Boyd fires. That missed the net wide. Benning with it now. And these two teams go back and forth all the time, but we do find that the Senators give Toronto a hard time here at home. Montepallo centers. What a save by Oktayamov in the splits, but it's given away. Here's Pylon stopped. He scores! On the rebound, it's Zach's stop chuck, and Belleville strikes first here tonight. 6:09 into period 1. Some good saves by Oktayamov, but the Marlies hemmed in their end, and Belleville gets rewarded first. We mentioned Toronto has a hard time against Belleville here on home ice, and so far off to a bad start here today. Well, the good news is it's just one goal, 13:51 to go here. First period, 1-0 Belleville. Larson to Sabrango. Gave that away. Hames will send that back in the Belleville zone. Around the boards it goes. Picked up here by the Sens. It's Curry. Here's Curry. Might have a break. Rafai couldn't catch him. Curry's in alone. And he's stopped by Oktayamov. In the paint, Marlies try to get it out. They couldn't. Another save made. Kept in by the Sens. Marlies hemmed in their end early. Here's a chance down low in front, and a good stick lift there by Logan Shaw, but the Sens get it back. Curry to the net. He stopped again. Still not out. Picked up by Sokolov. Here's Sabrango. Larson shooting it. He scores! Larson extends the lead for Belleville. It's Jacob Larson's first of the year, and it's 2-0 Senators here in the first. Very good start for Belleville. The Marlies caught in their end, and they're going to pay the price because of it. Now down 2-0. The face-off back to center. Draw one by Larson, sends that to Sokolov. Now a penalty on the play going to Toronto, but Sokolov's in, and he's stopped by Oktayamov. In behind the net it goes. Looking out front, it's Larson. He'll try to shoot. Now does take it. It's blocked. And Belleville to the first power play of the night. Already up 2-0 here in the first. As Reese Johnson heads off. And it will be for interference. He doesn't really like the call too much, but there's some clear interference on that play that prevents the Senators from finding the back of the net a third time, and now they'll go to the power play because of it. Draw one, Montepallo. Here's Pilon, and it's walkered up into the seating by Oktayamov. We'll have a face-off again. So here comes the draw. Right side of the Marley net. We hope everyone's enjoying so far. Senators leading 2-0 here in the first period. Sends 4-5-1 on the year. The Marlies 6-2. Here's Montepallo. He'll bring it in on the power play with Pilon to the net. Here's Zach Stopchuk with a good shot away, and looking for his second of the night. It's stopped by Oktayamov. In behind the net, a man loose in front. Clevin looks, shoots, stopped by Oktayamov. Marlies can't clear, and a good chance there by Crookshank was shut down. Kept in, another one. What a stop by Oktayamov. And a face-off in the Toronto zone as absolute larceny in front of the Toronto net. Yeah, point blank, there's a wide open side, and he's going to get the glove on it. Big save made to keep it 2-0 early. Still 54 seconds left to go on the power play. Face-offs 3-2 Belleville. Make it 4-2 as they win this one. Here's Clevin looking to the net. There's a block. Rebound in front. Pilon is stopped by Oktayamov. Down low has it again. They score! Power play goal. The Marlies just could not get it out, and Angus Crookshank has made it 3-0 on the power play for the visitors here tonight. Not a good game for the Marlies at all. They haven't been able to get it out of their end. They're taking penalties. The goaltender's bailing them out as much as he can, but you can't survive forever, and Senators lead at 3-0 here in the first. So here's the face-off. Marlies fans looking to get some life here, as it's been all Belleville. Here's Logan Shaw, fed it to the front. They score! It's Jacob Quillen, and the Marlies find life. After the third Belleville goal, it's 3-1. So Jacob Quillen gets Toronto on the board late here in period 1. It's a 3-1 contest from Coca-Cola now with 6:20 still to go here in the first period. Wrong one back, picked up by the Senators. Clevin sends that up ahead for Cruikshank. He'll step by, great move. Pilon! What a stop by Oktayamov, looking to restore the 3-goal lead. Here's another save. Marlies need to get it out. Villeneuve gave it away, and Oktayamov had to be sharp one last time. Now another giveaway. That pass in front taken away by Rafai. Villeneuve. He comes just back out the center. Clevin is to it. Here comes Clevin to the net. He has Pilon. A stop. Chuck fired it wide. Rebound off the end boards. Looking out front. They score. It ricochets off Villeneuve and in. And the captain, Garrett Pilon, puts the Senators back in front by 3 moments after the Marlies find the back of the net. And again, it's just hard work down low by the Senators. The Marlies getting caught in their end and paying the price here, 4-1. Very good game here from Belleville tonight. Probably the best game we've seen from them this season, despite their 4-5-1 record on the year. Here's Clevin to Schmeckel. Gave that away to Cowan. He gave that away to Schmeckel, and now Boyd steps into the play for Toronto. Travis Boyd, and they let him go. Boyd! And he was hooked. No call on the play. Boyd still has it. Shoots it to the net. That goes through the paint wide. Nylander picks it up. Headed in front. It's picked up Lettieri for Boyd. He fired it wide. 7 seconds to go here in the first. Travis Boyd shooting it. Now he takes the shot, and Mandalise is on it with 1.7 seconds to go here in the first. 4-1 Belleville. Face off to the right side of the Belleville net. Toronto Marlies down by 3, and that's how the first period will end. They got on the board, but then went down by 3 all over again. It's 4-1 after 1 tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum. The Belleville Senators in front. Shots a goal after that first, 23-2 for Belleville. The hits are 5-1 Senators. Face off 7-3 for Belleville. They're 1-for-1 on the power play. Toronto has an ad one, 4-1 after 1. Welcome into period 2. Hopefully the coach said something to the Marlies in the locker room, because the first was a disaster. They come into period 2 down by 3. Let's see how they respond. Pennick to Nylander. He'll send that in for Toronto. Around the boards, it's Lettieri. Fed it in front that just missed Nylander. Now a stop chuck to it for Belleville. Fed ahead on the left wing for Pilon. Garrett Pilon across. Here's Cruikshank. Looking in, shooting it, stopped. Rebound was in the paint, and a stop chuck looking to clean it up and make it 5-1. Here's Travis Boyd for Toronto the other way. Looking, dropping, no one was there. Cruikshank with it now. Here come the Senators. Pilon in over the Toronto line. Winding for a shot. A stop chuck got it. That's knocked out. Nylander to Boyd. Now back ahead for Alex Nylander. Nylander stepping down the right side. Fed it to the front. Lettieri scores! Vinny Lettieri gets Toronto back on the board again. It's 4-2. So Vinny Lettieri with yet another for the Toronto Marlies. And they are back in this hockey game. It is 4-1. Or sorry, 4-2 now, as here comes Clevin. Standing in, he'll play it to the net, and that deflects in. Angus Cruikshank, for the 3rd time in the hockey game, gives the Belleville Senators a 3-goal lead. It's his 2nd of the night, and it comes moments after the Marlies get their 2nd of the game, right between the legs of Oktayamov. Nice goal here for Belleville. As this pass in tight, he has no chance right between the wickets. So yet again, after a Marlies goal on the board, the Senators restored the 3-goal lead for the third time of the game. As here's the face-off, one back, Bennick sends that to Logan Shaw. He'll come in, has numbers, feeding it to Quillen. Man in front, they score! What a passing play! It's Luke Haynes, and it's 5-3. So the goal scored by Luke Haynes. He has been unreal for Toronto so far this season, and he makes it interesting just before the halfway mark. It's a 5-3 contest. We're on one back, Marlies with control. Benning will send that in, and no icing as Quillen got to it first. Fed it in front, that went around behind the net. Now Dakota Mermis stepping in. Mermis played that to the front, but Cruikshank took it away with a stop chuck. Breakaway, here come the Senators again. Here's the pass, Cruikshank stopped by Oktayama. Looking for another 3-goal lead. Clevin to Modern Paulo. He'll look in, centers for Pilon. Marlies need to get possession. That shot got through, but it's sent wide of the Marley nets. And here's another, and Oktayama has that. Third chance in the slot, now sent down the ice by the Marlies. Icing warning here, and it will come back on the icing as we're officially halfway from Coca-Cola tonight. The Senators 5, the Marlies 3. A wild game here at home, the wildest so far at home this season for Toronto as we go back and forth. Drawn one, picked up, Benning, gave it away in the slot. The Senators look to attack again. It was cleared but not out. And now Logan Shaw for Toronto does get it out. He'll send that ahead for Jacob Quillen. Quillen moving in down the right wing. Drops for help, it's picked up by Benning. Steps into the rush, and Benning gave that away. Hames will try to keep it in. It does come out. Mervis, back to Benning. Stepping into it for Toronto. Matt Benning letting it fly, and a good save made there, kept in by Quillen. Here's Dakota Mermis. He'll step in and shoot. Good save again. Shaw fed it in front, that wouldn't go. Oh, what a chance for the Marlies, but a bigger stop made by Kevin Mandalese. Here's the pass for Sabrango. Now for Josh Curry up the left side. He gave that away to Mermis. That's kicked ahead. It's Sokolov. What a stop by Oktayama on another bad giveaway. Schmeckel put it to the net. That was handled. Mermis overskates in his own zone. Sends have it again. Pass in front. A big save by Oktayama. Here's Travis Boyd for the Marlies. Boyd stepping in. Inside outside with a good shot. And Mandalese with the stop. Nylander keeps that in. Looks. Shoots it to the net. That's stopped. Where is it? In behind the net. Boyd trying to find it. Sabrango. Here's Boucher to a mama penalty going to Toronto. Boucher touched up by the Marlies here in the final minute of period 2, tripping the call. 5-3, Belleville winning right now. Villeneuve will head to the box here. Senators back to the power play. 1-for-1 in the game so far. Here's the draw, left side of the Marley net. 7 shots on the first power play. Here's Clevin firing it. That was blocked. Marlies take off shorthanded. It's Cedric Paré. Paré to the net. Scores! Cedric Paré! It's a 1-goal game. It's a shorthanded goal. And it's 5-4 Belleville. A nice goal for Cedric Paré as he continues his hot roll on the season and has Toronto within a goal with 23 seconds remaining here in the second period tonight. Here's Pilon. He'll bring it back in on this power play. Gave it away to Noah Chadwick. Marley step into the rush again. Chadwick taken back by the Sens. Pilon. He'll step in. 3 seconds to go in the period. Good poke check by Rafai. Cleared but not out. One last shot. Time expires. 5-4 after 2 from Coca-Cola Coliseum tonight between the Marlies and the Belleville Senators. Shots a goal in the hockey game, 31-10 Belleville, but it's 5-4 after 2. The hits are 7-4 for the Sens. Faceoffs 10-7, 1-for-1 on the power play. Toronto currently killing off the second power play, and they have a shorthanded goal that brings them within 1. Welcome into period 3 here tonight. This rivalry matchup has been long awaited. It's finally here, and it has lived up to the hype. A 5-4 game, still a whole period to play. Sent in here by Toronto to start the kill, picked up here by Pare, trying to bring it to the net for his second of the game. Just got a shorty before the end of the period, and now trying to tie it. Here comes Grant Cruikshank. He'll step by and fire, and that one's stopped by Oktayamov. Benning gave it away. Picked up by Oktayamov, loose in front. It's Cruikshank. He stopped, looking for the hat trick. Penalty coming to Belleville. Here's Grew. Picked up by Pare. Time running out. Pare shooting it. Stopped. And the Marlies will see a power play in 7 seconds from now. P1 will head off. It will be for tripping. And the Senators holding on to this 1-goal lead, about to go on the penalty kill. A chance for Toronto to tie it. Draw one back, Marlies. Grab control, Benning shooting it. That one easily knocked away. There was no traffic in front. Mermis to the net. Backhands that wide. Senators pick it up, and a penalty going to Toronto. Tripping in the corner, and just like that, there goes the Marley power play. Dakota Mermis will head off. And we'll go to 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 35 before a brief Belleville power play. You can see the frustration. The Marlies get their first power play of the game, and seconds into it, they take a penalty just trying to get the puck in the corner. Face off here to the right side of the Marley net. 5-4 here in the third period. Belleville leading. Poked ahead by Nylander. The pass finds him. Trouble for Belleville. Here goes Nylander. They got to stop him. And Nylander fed it back in front, but no one was there. Then he took a man down, and that's going to be called. And you can hear the crowd here in the third period. Not happy whatsoever. The Belleville Senators are now going to have a 5-on-3 after the 4-on-4 is up. Face-off will take place here. And it will come to the right side of the Marley net. Draw one, picked up by Sabrango. Larson firing right to the chest of Oktayama. Here's Noah Chadwick. He'll feed that. It's not out. Kept in. What a pass and a better stop. Rebound to the blue pane. It's picked up by the Senators. Sabrango back to Pilon. Gloved away by Oktayama. Kept in another shot off the post and out. What a chance for Belleville. Here's another down low. Montepolo. Pilon shoots. Blocked by the Marlies. A minute to go on the kill now. Here's Montepolo poked out by Bogrew. Trouble for Belleville. It's Mermis out of the box. Dakota Mermis. What a play! And a better stop made by Mandalise. Here's a stop chuck. Other way come the Senators. In and over the Toronto line. Taken back by Noah Chadwick of Toronto. Chadwick in over the line. Taking the hit. Whining. Shooting it. That went wide. And that will do it for the Belleville power play. It does not succeed on the 5-on-3, but it came close multiple times. Chadwick has it for Toronto. Fed it in front of his goal. It's Villeneuve up for Logan Shaw. Shaw. He'll bring it up the right side. Has Johnstone with him. Fed it in front. It rolled away. Mandalise. Here's a stop chuck now, and here come the Senators past Dakota Mermis again. An opening for Belleville, but the shot doesn't go. Logan Shaw will chase it back as it rolls to Mandalise, and he'll force a face-off in the Belleville zone. 11:55 to go, third period. Belleville 5, Toronto 4. Here's the face-off right side of the Senator goal. Nothing here in the third, but multiple glorious chances for Belleville to extend the lead by at least 2 again. Here's Cruikshank bringing it in the Toronto end. Benning trying to defend on that. The pass finds Clevin. Clevin back to Montepolo. Lets that fly. It's off the leg. Picked up again by Clevin now. Centers it for a stop chuck. Senators holding on to it, and another penalty going to Toronto as they look to grab control. Back to the box they go again, and it'll be Logan Shaw heading off for tripping. All penalties here in the third have been in form of trips. So the face-off coming here to the right side of the Marley net. 9:41 left on the game clock. Senators 5, Toronto 4. 1 for 4 on the power play tonight. Belleville. Nylander sends it out and down to start off this kill. Picked up here by Jacob Larson. He'll send for Sabrango. Johnson on the ice, one of the best penalty killers for the Marlies, as here comes Josh Curry. In over the line for the Sens. He has Sokolov to the net. That's kicked out by Oktayamov. Marlies grab control. It's Reese Johnson. Up the right side, in over. He'll look for help. Drops it off. A hit a skate, and Sabrango grabs control. Now Sokolov moves in and shoots. And that's stopped by Oktayamov. He dives on top of it and covers up for a face-off with 8:32 left here in the third period. No one scoring here in the third, but chance after chance for Belleville to extend the lead. They haven't been able to. Here's the face-off left side of the Marley nets. One back, Senators have it, Montempolo. Down low, centering pass cut by the Marlies. Sens have it again, Schmeichel is blocked. Here goes Alex Nylander. Short-handed breakaway to tie it. He's stopped by Mandalise. Huge save here in the third for the Belleville netminder as Nylander took off. Here's Benning for Toronto. Right back into the Belleville zone, ricocheted around the boards. Lettieri took his man down. Trying to get the puck, but Sokolov has that back. Here's Curry. Taken away by Logan Shaw. Benning gets the feed. It's Ames. 6.5 to go in the third. Pass finds Shaw in front. Big save again by Mandalise. Mermis to Shaw in the slot. He'll let it fly. Easy glove save. And Mandalise covers on that as we're about down to the final 5 here tonight. Marlies with some good looks over the last few moments on that kill, and they keep it in the zone here. If they can continue to pressure, a good chance to tie it late. Face-off one. Here's Villeneuve. He'll backhand it to the net that was blocked to find Schmeichel, and he'll bring that out and over the Toronto line. In on goal, Schmeichel. Stopped by Oktayamov. A good save late. Here's Quillen and the Marlies the other way. 4 to go in the third. Gave that away. Montempolo has it. He'll center it for Josh Curry. Curry. Right back in the Marley zone and back out. Here's Marshall Rafai. 3-on-2 Toronto. Rafai stepping in, taken down on the hit. Montempolo has it behind the goal. Sent up the boards for Curry. Curry steps by. Final 2 from Toronto tonight. Curry in front. Quevin fans on it. Marlies grab it. Nylander's taken down. And the Marlies go to the power play here in the final minute 12, looking to tie. Igor Sokolov will go to the box for tripping. The Marlies to the power play in a wild game here today. It'll be the second power play of the night for Toronto, their first. Interrupted by a tripping that they took just 30 seconds into it. They'll have to be disciplined here as they have the extra man on late, looking to tie it. Draw one picked up. Senators need to clear in a hurry. They do. Off the boards and out. Benning grabs control. We're in the final minute as Mermis enters the Belleville zone. Mermis looking, feeding it over. It's Grew shooting it. Saved by Mandalise. There was no traffic in front, and the Sens clear. Benning has that again. The Crookshank. Marley's trying to take it back. Crookshank doing a great job holding on to it, killing the clock here as we're down to 25 seconds. Pass finds Bo Grew. Here goes Grew. He can fly. Grew gets by. He's in. Scores! Bo Grew. It's a power play goal. And it comes in the final minute to tie the game at 5 with just 17 seconds left. What a hockey game here tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum. These two rivals go back and forth, and it looks like we're headed for extra time yet again between these two clubs. It's always been a factor where these two teams go to extra time against each other, especially here at home, but nonetheless in Belleville as well. Puck dropped and Larson has it. He'll send that to Crookshank. It's a late power play goal to tie things up. 10 seconds sent in here by the Marlies, picked up by Nylander. Nylander to the net, shooting it off the side, picked up by Sabrango. He'll center for Pilon. We'll go to overtime tonight here from Toronto. 5-5 after 3. Anyone's game as we head to the extra frame. The extra point will be battled for tonight. Shots a goal in the game, 39 for Belleville, 20 for the Marlies, 5-5 after 3. Senators had multiple chances to put this game away, and it ended up being a penalty late that helped Toronto tie the game and force extra time. Hits 11-6 Belleville. Face-off 16-11 for the Senators. 1 for 5 on the power play. Toronto 1 for 2. And a shorthanded goal. 5-5. We go to overtime from Coca-Cola tonight. Welcome into overtime here tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum. The Marlies and the Senators battling it out here for the extra point. Senators 4-5-1 on the year. The Toronto Marlies are 6-2 as here comes Nylander. Starts overtime. It's Boyd! Tried to end it. He just missed. Benning has it. Bennett in front. It's Nylander. That goes wide. Senators grab control. Here comes Quevin. Down the right side. Boyd has to get back in a hurry. Quevin to the net. Stopped by Oktayamov. Nylander slashed. And the Marlies going back to the power play. Now in overtime. They tied it late in the third because of a penalty. Now a chance to win it because of a penalty. here in overtime. As Quevin got in on the hands here of Nylander as he looked to take off the other way. And the Senators have to be extra careful now as the Marlies have a 4-on-3 here with 2 minutes of the 2:43 remaining in overtime. Draw one back, Marlies grab control of Thames. Sending it off to Quillen. Jacob Quillen couldn't take the shot. Marlies, Lettieri to Hames. Hames looks for a lane, now he'll take, and now he'll shoot. It's easily blocked away. Shaw finds it. Drops for Quillen. Here's Hames moving in. Hames fed it in front. It just missed Logan Shaw. Swing and a miss. Modern Polo has it, and he'll look to just get it down the ice for Belleville. Good job killing the clock, but Hames knocks it down, and here go the Marlies again. Might be a 3-on-1. Hames shoots. Kicked out. Rebound. It didn't go. Modern Polo clears. Quillen back to collect. 34 seconds left in the Marley power play. Quillen off the boards for Lettieri. That got past him and down the ice. It rolls to Mandalise, and he will cover here in the final minute of overtime. Well, the Marlies just haven't been able to get the setup that they want. The Senators have done a great job defending here in overtime, and the goaltender doing the second half of that. 14 seconds left in the power play. Draw one at Hames. Hames moving in. Goes far outside. He scores! Luke Hames calls game here in overtime at the tail end of the power play, and the Marlies complete the comeback. 6-5 tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum. The Senators just inches away from killing off the penalty, and Hames is going to go outside, inside forehand, and he's going to beat Mandalise right between the legs here. It's a perfect goal for him, and the Toronto Marlies grab the extra point against Belleville tonight. It's the second extra time loss this season for Belleville. 4-5-2 now on the year. The Marlies improved to 7-2. Your final score tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum: the Toronto Marlies 6, the Belleville Senators 5 in overtime. Coming up now, the Sarnia Sting will take on the Brampton Steelheads in Brampton, the final stream of today. We hope you're ready for it coming now.